My name is Kelsey Jackson. I've been coming to Hoboken Grace for about 7 years. I am originally from Lexington, Kentucky. I ended up in Princeton, New Jersey for a job. Met my husband there, and he and I were going to church at the time and had a hard time kind of finding people like us and our age, and so we ended up launching a couples small group. We did that for a couple of years, and then God really opened a door for me to take a job in the city, which brought us to Hoboken. Fast forward a couple more years, my husband and I have been leading a couples married dinner group for 5 years. So it's really been kind of interesting as I look back to see these like seeds over and over and sort of the same things show up. And in that and through the pandemic and through different things, I think he and I spent a lot of time praying and being grateful that we're really in this season where we feel like God's asked us to give in time and in energy and resources. He just like put us in this place where we felt like we could really do that, and it felt incredibly rewarding to just be in this season of life where like we were in the right place at the right time, and it just felt really evident that that's what we were supposed to be doing. And then fast forward to this last year, we welcomed our son, Mark. He's about to be a year old, which is kind of wild. And looking back on that, it's been an incredible year, but the first couple months were really hard for me. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I think postpartum hit me pretty good. And I look back on that and think of all the things that I was feeling in the moment and in that season. It just really wasn't what I was expecting. Probably about a week after he was born, my husband and I ran into another couple from the church. We were out, and they have a baby who's about 5 weeks older than our son. And I think in that moment, God like put us in the same place and was like, you need new community. You need to grow your community, and you need to lean on this community in this season. Like, you can't do this by yourself. As I was working through all the different things and like what you're feeling, and it's hard to even articulate it in the moment, but then I started to meet these women through Hoboken Grace. It was like there were 5 of us on maternity leave at the same time, which in hindsight is like an incredible thing to look at that of like, how did that happen? But I met one, and then I met another, and then there were like all of a sudden 4 or 5 of us would be going on walks a couple times a week or hanging out. And I look at that, the way that God had used these seeds of like community building in my life over so many different seasons, and then for the first time I really so badly needed to be the recipient of that community. And I have Hoboken Grace to thank for that. And I think about like how community has changed for me and how it's evolved and how God's really used that to just continue to encourage me, continue to grow. And it's a way that you can give in some seasons, and then sometimes you have to receive. And I think he's like humbled me in this to just say like, it's okay if you need something in this season. Today I'm in a place, I look back and think, okay, I moved to Hoboken. Like a lot of people, I'm gonna be here for 2 or 3 years. That was 7 years ago. And I'm in a place today where I'm honored to be here. I feel like we're in the right place. We know we've been called to be here for however long that is. But this is home, and it's a great place to think I'm gonna raise my son. You know, we're going to raise him in a place where he's surrounded by people who know and love Jesus, and these are people we do life with. And that's, I couldn't ask for anything better than that.